The Demon King Piccolo arc takes place after the events of the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku kneels over a deceased Krillin while everyone else begins to tear up at the news. All except Master Roshi, who wonders about the monster that disappeared and what did it want with Goku's Dragon Ball and the contestant name registration list. Goku then stands up, incredibly angry, and he questions if Bulma has the Dragon Radar as he straps on his power pole. Master Roshi yells at Goku to wait, but Goku ignores him, snatching the Dragon Radar from Bulma and calling the Flying Nimbus. Goku takes off, and the radar alerts him of two balls nearby, so he heads for the one that's moving. Master Roshi states Goku was foolish for leaving so suddenly, and that he'd already used up all of his strength in the Tenkaichi Budokai. Oolong then finds a piece of paper, and Bulma looks over it, thinking the situation looked bad as it had the symbol of a demon written on it. Master Roshi quickly runs over and begins to worry after seeing the symbol. Fear washes over the Turtle Hermit as he cryptically explains that the mark belongs to the Demon King Piccolo. The group is confused, but Tien has heard of this person before. Roshi explains that this name may not sound like much, but Piccolo was a terrible person. He was a monster with overwhelming strength, and he turned peaceful worlds into worlds of death. Roshi then explains the story of his youth, as his master Mutaito used a secret technique known as the evil containment wave to trap Piccolo in an electric jar long ago. However, using the wave cost Mutaito his life. To ensure Piccolo wouldn't be revived, Master Roshi personally threw the jar at the bottom of the ocean, and no one had heard of Piccolo again until today. Chaozu worries that maybe Roshi's old friend Shen brought Piccolo back, but Roshi insists he'd never do something that foolish. Given the information they've just learned, Yamcha worries about Goku facing Krillin's killer, and Tien questions just how Goku's going to find the monster. Launch says he'll likely find it with the Dragon Radar, and Tien wonders about that, along with what the Dragon Ball is. As Roshi ponders over Piccolo's intentions with the Dragon Ball and the Tenkaichi Budokai registration list, the scene shifts to a grand airship. Aboard is an aged green figure with pointed ears, adorned in clothing bearing the distinct demon emblem. This formidable presence is none other than the infamous Demon King Piccolo. He has a pterodactyl-looking guy for a henchman right next to his throne, and Piccolo wonders about having any wish granted once all 7 Dragon Balls are gathered. Aboard the airship is the Pilaf gang as well, as their leader questions Piccolo on if he plans to wish for world domination. Piccolo, however, laughs, explaining that world domination for him doesn't require a wish, and what he truly desires is eternal youth. Pilaf then brings up how he found Piccolo, freed him from the electric jar, and told him the secret of the Dragon Balls. Piccolo questions what Pilaf is getting at, and the Emperor inquires for half of the world to dominate in return, and also mentions how he explained the greatest martial arts gathering at the Tenkaichi Budokai. Piccolo sits in silence, so Pilaf retracts his request to a third or maybe just a fourth of the world, and Piccolo says he'll think about it. The Demon King then looks down at the electric jar, thinking about the very martial artist that locked him away. He blows up the jar with an I-beam attack and notes he plans to eliminate any martial artist with even a little bit of power. Back at the Budokai, Master Roshi realizes why Piccolo wanted the registration list, as one of the fighters on that list could possibly perform the evil containment wave and seal him away again. Tien says he probably intended to kill all of the martial artists on that list, and Master Roshi agrees. Meanwhile, Goku catches up to Piccolo's monster henchman, infuriated and ready for revenge. The creature, a half-winged, half-dressed monster, notices Goku closing in. He holds on to the martial arts registration list in one hand, and seeing the 4-star Dragon Ball in his other hand sends Goku into a fury as he demands the creature to return the ball in his friend Krillin's life. The monster deduces that this Krillin was the youngster who dared to oppose him and chuckles, recalling how effortlessly he met his end. Now infuriated more than ever, Goku vows to avenge his friend by killing the monster before him. Unfazed, the creature questions Goku's counterattack strategy. Goku lunges, but the monster evades with a leap, kicks Goku, and sends him flying from Nimbus. Nonetheless, Nimbus swiftly dives to rescue him, with Goku irritated about depleting all his energy during the Budokai. Defiantly, Goku tells the demon that had he been re-energized, he would have ended things quickly. However, the demon interrupts, mentioning his satisfaction, and aims to silence Goku forever. He then discharges a powerful beam, narrowly missing Goku but obliterating the flying Nimbus. Subsequently, he bids Goku a farewell and knocks him downward, causing him crash landing into a dense forest below. As night falls, everyone at the Budokai grows anxious for Goku's return. Master Roshi assumes Goku's been killed, and Yamcha vents his frustration, noting that they're likely next on the hit list. Oolong feels exempt from concern as he's not a martial artist, but Bulma warns of the catastrophe if Piccolo gains control of the world. Tien queries about the evil containment wave, but Master Roshi discourages its use, stating that he doesn't doesn't know how to do it himself. The announcer questions if he should call the police, but Roshi fears they wouldn't be able to help and it would only incite chaos. He then requests the announcer to inform Goku of their departure should he return, inviting Tien and Chaozu to join the group. With dawn breaking, presumably the following day, the creature presents the 4-star ball to Piccolo aboard the airship. He also hands over the Budokai registration list detailing the decade's participants. Piccolo instructs him to display them on the wall, and Pilaf's group eagerly assists. Names like Nam and Ranfan pass, and when the creature reaches Krillin's poster, he deems it unnecessary to post as he killed Krillin already. Mai draws Pilaf's attention to a specific entry, and they're shocked to recognize Goku. Having competed twice and securing second place both times in the Tenkaichi Budokai, the creature dismisses this poster too, claiming he finished off Goku as well not long ago. Pilaf's crew is in disbelief, but the monster remains confident in his claim, as if someone of Goku's caliber was only second best, he states the current world martial arts champions must be relatively weak. Nevertheless, Piccolo prefers caution, again telling his henchmen to kill every martial artist on the registry and all others who oppose him. As Piccolo discusses world domination and the Pilaf gang worry amongst themselves, down below, Goku remains motionless. Piccolo daydreams of regaining his youth, then calls his demon, referring to him as Tambourine. He orders Tambourine to eliminate the top martial artists, prompting the pterodactyl-like creature to question who would gather the Dragon Balls. Piccolo states he'll create another demon, to which Pilaf grimaces, fearing another nauseating spectacle. The pterodactyl-like being cautions against spawning another egg given Piccolo's current condition. However, Piccolo is confident that he's strong enough to handle the task. Now ready to spawn a dragon-themed warrior to collect the Dragon Balls, Piccolo starts a chant and throws up a massive egg. He names the soon-to-emerge creature Symbol and commands it to awaken. Suddenly, a chubby dragon with wings resembling tambourines emerges, and Piccolo instructs Symbol to retrieve the 6 remaining Dragon Balls. Piccolo questions Pilaf about the next Dragon Ball's location, and Pilaf indicates it on a massive radar display. As Symbol notes the location, Tambourine sets his sights on his next target of the tournament, Nam. Both Symbol and Tambourine then take flight, and while Shu is apprehensive about trusting Demon King Piccolo, Pilaf comforts him and Mai, expressing confidence in acquiring half of the world. Back at Kame House, Tien and Chaozu seem to have been briefed on the Dragon Balls. Bulma emphasizes that their primary wish should be to resurrect Krillin, but Yamcha suggests they wish to kill Piccolo, although Puar points out to the group that they'll have to wait 1 year before resurrecting Krillin if they do that. Oolong jokes about the possibility of resurrecting Krillin after such a long period, suggesting he'd return as a zombie. This prompts Bulma to contemplate creating a preservation capsule to preserve Krillin's body instead. Master Roshi meanwhile goes back to being a pervert, and an infuriated Bulma retaliates by knocking him over the head. Everyone's attention is then drawn to the TV, where a news report announces Nam's demise and the discovery of another demon note. The group deduced that other tournament participants are now at risk, triggering concerns of a global hysteria if more people were to find out. Master Roshi questions Bulma about the timeline for crafting a new radar, to which she estimates a rush job would take at least half a day. Subsequently, the group depart in an aircraft, seemingly leaving Bulma behind. Elsewhere in the jungle, Goku gradually regains consciousness, wondering how long he's been out. He's then enticed by the aroma of food and discovers a large fish roasting over an open flame. Goku thinks this incredible looking fish must be a dream. He leaps onto it and devours it, leaving only its skeleton behind and his stomach bulging like a balloon. Feeling energized, he rushes over to punch a massive rock, creating a sizable hole. Filled with newfound vigor and eager to confront the beast again, he summons the flying Nimbus. However, Nimbus doesn't appear as it was destroyed. Goku's anger flares up once more, stating now he has 3 reasons to kill the creature when he sees him again. Goku retrieves the Dragon Radar, and it indicates a Dragon Ball nearby. Convinced the assailant is close, Goku calls out to him, and moments later, narrowly dodges a hurtling boulder. He then leaps atop a rock formation, challenging the creature to reveal itself. However, a round man with long hair, a sword, and a Dragon Ball dangling from his neck emerges, expressing irritation about Goku eating his fish. Goku, unaware that it was someone's meal, assumed it had fallen there, but the man berates Goku for thinking a cooked fish would randomly drop from the sky. Goku descends and spots the Dragon Ball on the man's necklace. Although he isn't close enough to discern the star's number, he assumes it's his Dragon Ball. Believing the man to be an accomplice of the winged creature, Goku inquires about its whereabouts. However, the man, harboring resentment for the stolen fish, gets ready to fight. As they charge toward one another and lock in, Goku parries the man's blow until a fierce headbutt sends him back. However, Goku springs back up and retaliates with a head punch, punch, sending the man stumbling. A swift kick from the man is dodged by Goku, who then lands a solid punch to the man's face. Following this, a kick sends the man crashing into a mountain. As the man recovers and the two assess each other, Goku realizes the ball the man possesses isn't his grandpa's. He questions the man on where his came from and learns he found it 3 years prior. Goku offers his apologies for the misunderstanding, yet the man remains determined for him to replace his stolen breakfast. Soon after, a flying figure catches Goku's attention, eluding him to think the creature had returned. However, to his surprise, it's Symbol, not Tambourine. As the man wonders what this stranger wants, Symbol inquires if the two have seen a Dragon Ball with a star on it anywhere. Symbol threatens to kill the two if they don't talk, but the man remains undeterred, thinking the stranger is rude. Symbol then zeroes in on the man's Dragon Ball around his neck and demands it at once, prompting Goku to suspect that this creature is aligned with the previous one he battled. The man is unwilling to comply, leading Symbol to prepare to kill him. Goku is eager to take on Symbol, but the man tells him no. Goku mentions he needs to settle the score, but the man is set on fighting Symbol himself. They decide to settle the matter with a game of rock, paper, scissors, to which the man wins. Charging at Symbol, the man attempts a punch, but Symbol evades and counters by striking the man's face with his tail. Following up with a punch, Symbol sends the man flying backwards. Smugly believing he's won, Symbol is taken aback when the man rises effortlessly, commenting on how he keeps running into strong guys. Determined to win though, the man delivers a powerful kick to Symbol's face. In retaliation, Symbol releases a surge of electricity from his hand, trying multiple times to hit the man, but he evades. Frustrated, the man lunges at Symbol, draws his sword, and with a swift motion, slices the demon in half, surprising Goku. Elsewhere, high above in the airship, Piccolo jolts as he senses Symbol's demise. He states it's surprising that anyone could stand up to his demons, and the Pilaf gang remains silent. Meanwhile, the man proceeds to roast Symbol's remains over a fire before tasting it and finding it delicious. After his meal, Goku inquires about his name, but the man requests Goku's name first. He introduces himself, and the man identifies himself as Yajirobe. Piccolo is seething with anger at the death of Symbol, although his assistant exclaims that he was weak, which led to his downfall. The Pilaf gang agree out of fear, but Piccolo lashes out, demanding to know who was responsible. The demon then swears to have revenge on the one who killed his creation, and decides to summon Tambourine to avenge Symbol's death. At the moment, Tambourine is engaged in a fight with Girin outside of a small cave in a mountain region. Two pandas observe their clash from their home window, astonished that someone could ever overpower Girin. Girin warns Tambourine not to underestimate him as he made it to the Budokai. However, the creature remains undeterred, emphasizing his intent to kill him. Girin then launches a gum-like attack, spitting out a sticky substance, ensnaring Tambourine. Girin taunts him, but to his disbelief, Tambourine effortlessly breaks free. Tambourine decides to finish the job, flying toward Girin and piercing his stomach with his arm, fatally wounding him. Savoring the victory, Tambourine licks Girin's blood off of his hands and rips apart his poster. With 6 targets down, the next on his list is Yamcha. As he sets out to find him, Piccolo communicates telepathically. Tambourine updates Piccolo about the 6 martial artists he's killed, but Piccolo redirects him. He informs Tambourine of Symbol's death and instructs him to head to the specific coordinates to confront the killer. Thus, Tambourine changes his course, heading toward Goku and Yajirobe. Yajirobe mentions he's still hungry, but Goku warns him that the enemy will likely return for his Dragon Ball and he should hand it over. As he's about to explain the mystery of the Dragon Balls further, the two spot Tambourine soaring in the sky. Excited by the prospect of another meal, Yajirobe is ready for action. However, Goku is certain this time Tambourine, the one who killed Krillin and the Flying Nimbus, is headed their way. He challenges Tambourine and tells him to land, who does so and instantly recognizes the infuriated Goku. Tambourine is shocked to see Goku still breathing, although Goku exclaims he would have never been killed by someone like him, and now it's Tambourine's time to die. Yajirobe tells Goku to hurry up so he can eat the creature, but Tambourine remains confident that this time Goku will meet his end, just like his cloud. Goku tells the creature to shut up and fight, and Tambourine declares death to Goku once more before comparing him to his dead friend Krillin, angering him. Goku launches at Tambourine and confuses him using an after-image technique. Goku lands a solid elbow on Tambourine's face and relentlessly assaults him, then sends Tambourine flying with a powerful punch. Pursuing his foe, Goku propels himself upward, back down using a rock, and crashes down to the back of Tamborine's neck, driving the creature head first into the ground. As Goku confidently flashes a peace sign over the fallen enemy, Tamborine rises, severely injured. Unable to accept that a member of the Demon Clan would be bested by a human, he releases a powerful blast from his mouth directed at Goku. As the flash dissipates, the spot where Goku stood is now vacant, leading Tamborine to believe he's won. However, Goku appears behind him, declaring he'll avenge his friend Krillin. In a panic, Tamborine attempts to flee. However, seizing the power pole, Goku extends it to elevate himself high above. Approaching Tamborine, he releases a Kamehameha wave and a bright flash surrounds the creature. On board the airship, Piccolo jolts once more as he senses Tamborine's death, demanding Pilaf to take the airship to his creature's last location as he decides he'll personally identify and defeat the killer himself. Piccolo seethes with rage as the airship heads toward the location of the one-star ball. However, Pilaf spots on their radar that 4 Dragon Balls are clustered together and in motion, indicating someone else is also collecting them. Tien, Chaozu, and Master Roshi are the ones in question, flying around in a small plane. Tien contemplates if the 5th Dragon Ball they're heading for might be the one taken by Piccolo's minion after Krillin's death. Master Roshi then states if what he's saying is true, they'll likely have no choice but to fight the demon themselves. Roshi then states that confronting Piccolo is futile, and they should use the Dragon Balls to command Shenron to annihilate the Demon King, then resurrect Krillin and the others in a year's time. Tien brings up the possibility of using the evil containment wave, but Master Roshi dismisses the idea, stating that if they proceeded, their lives would be lost. Tien says he understands, although he thinks to himself that he's sure Roshi knows the secret to the technique. In the midst of this, Pilaf is distressed over competition for the Dragon Balls, but Piccolo remains unfazed, stating that his only priority at the moment is punishing the killer of his creations. Meanwhile, Goku examines the radar, and Yajirobe says he'll give Goku the one-star ball if he can kill another monster and give it to him to eat. Suddenly, the radar indicates the next ball is nearby, and the two look up and spot a hovering airship. An announcement declares the arrival of Demon King Piccolo, and recognizing the title, Goku deduces that this must be the leader of the monster that killed Krillin. Yajirobe, remembering where he's heard the name, hastily hands Goku the one-star ball and plans his exit. Goku finds this sudden change of heart strange, but now wears the one-star ball necklace, bracing himself for the Demon King's descent. Aboard the airship, Pilaf, Piccolo, and their crew peer down. With binoculars, Pilaf identifies Goku and recounts to Piccolo how this young boy has consistently thwarted his plans, emphasizing Goku's unexpected strength. Determined to avenge the dishonor brought upon the Demon Clan, Piccolo prepares to confront Goku with his demonic powers, stating how his minions didn't deserve the confidence he placed in them as they were killed by a mere child. Descending from the airship, Piccolo finally meets Goku face to face. When questioned, Piccolo confirms he's the mastermind behind Krillin's death and the theft of the Dragon Ball. He commends Goku for overcoming 2 of his elite warriors, and in retaliation, Goku vows to defeat Piccolo just like he did the others. Amused, Piccolo belittles Goku, stating he must not understand the gravity of the situation. However, infuriated, Goku lunges at Piccolo, insulting him as Yajirobe hides behind a tree. Goku lands a swift punch on Piccolo's face, pushing him back with the sheer surprise and force of the attack. He propels himself from the ground, charging at Piccolo once more. As Piccolo tries to block him, Goku uses his tail to latch onto Piccolo's arm, attempting another face punch. However, Piccolo's quick reflexes prevail, intercepting Goku and slamming him toward the ground. Yet Goku, unfazed, uses his hands to spring back into action, delivering a solid kick to Piccolo's chest and sending him airborne and hitting the ground. From the airship, Pilaf cautions the group to consider an escape. However, Piccolo's henchman urges them to stay composed, expressing confidence in his king. It's clear Piccolo intends to ramp up the intensity as he discards his cape, revealing a basic gi underneath. Asserting his might, Piccolo charges headlong at Goku, propelling him high with a kick. Ascending rapidly, Piccolo lands a fierce punch, driving Goku into and through the earth below. Descending, Piccolo grabs Goku from the resulting crater, hoisting him up effortlessly and dealing another brutal blow to his face. Despite his injuries, Goku's resilience shines as he bites Piccolo's thumb, leading the Demon King to cast him aside. Goku barely regains his footing, visibly in awe of Piccolo's prowess. With a smirk, Piccolo mentions Goku should consider escape, as Goku thinks to himself that his power and speed don't even begin to compare to Piccolo's. Amused, Piccolo admires Goku's strength but states once more his intent to kill him. Goku then positions his hands in the iconic Kamehameha stance, which Piccolo assumes to be the evil containment wave at first glance. However, Goku releases the energy blast, and as the dust settles, Piccolo stands untouched. A concerned Goku looks on in awe, while a mocking Piccolo declares that the time has come for the boy to face his end. Goku is taken aback by the sheer power before him, while Yajirobe is grateful for his decision to stay hidden. Piccolo then prepares a formidable attack, positioning his hands inward before launching a powerful ki blast at Goku. Goku narrowly dodges the blast by leaping over it, but as he's airborne, Piccolo fires another ki blast, hitting Goku head on. Goku crashes to the ground, appearing gravely injured. Approaching the unconscious Goku, Piccolo puts his hand over his chest and states there's no heartbeat, alluding to the boy's death. Piccolo then seizes the one-star ball from around his neck and ascends to the airship, declaring his intention to collect the remaining Dragon Balls to regain his youth. As the airship departs, Yajirobe cautiously emerges from his hiding spot and examines Goku's seemingly lifeless body. To his surprise though, Goku moves and he detects a faint heartbeat. Desperately trying to wake him, Yajirobe grabs Goku and dunks him into a nearby river to wake him up and drink water. A drenched and irate Goku emerges, stating Piccolo defeated him as if he were nothing. This prompts Yajirobe to state that Goku was bound to come across someone stronger than him one day, and emphasize the unparalleled threat of Demon King Piccolo. Goku then inquires of Yajirobe to take him to Korin's tower as he can't move, and the man obliges, thinking there might be a doctor there along with something to eat. Meanwhile, Master Roshi and Tien are diligently searching the grasslands, while Chaozu locates the 3-star ball. This addition brings their collection to 5, and consulting the Dragon Radar, Master Roshi observes the final 2 balls are converging on their location. Tien deduces that it must be Demon King Piccolo, and simultaneously, Yajirobe and Goku race toward Korin Tower in a capsule car. Pilaf alerts Piccolo about the approaching 5 Dragon Balls from the opposing group, much to Piccolo's delight. Concurrently, Master Roshi observes the 2 remaining Dragon Balls converging on their location, but believes that a direct confrontation won't yield victory. As Goku and Yajirobe journey to Korin Tower, Goku expresses admiration for Yajirobe's vehicle. Yajirobe, however, adopts a more serious tone, emphasizing to Goku that even though he overcame Piccolo's subordinates twice, facing Piccolo is an entirely different challenge. He recounts tales of a time when Piccolo was a global menace, and says that only an expert martial artist was able to stop him. Curious, Goku questions Piccolo's previous defeat, but Yajirobe admits he's unsure how it happened. Yajirobe's curiosity about the Dragon Balls prompts Goku to share the lore of Shenron and the power of wishes. Meanwhile, Master Roshi and the others land their plane amidst a landscape dotted with rock formations. After safely storing their plane in a capsule, Roshi crafts a hiding spot by punching a hole in the ground, directing Chaozu to secure the Dragon Balls there. Roshi then details their strategy. Chaozu will stay hidden, while he and Tien will attempt to snatch the remaining Dragon Balls from Piccolo. The ultimate aim is to combine all 7 and summon Shenron swiftly. Upon checking the radar, Master Roshi realizes Piccolo is closing in, prompting everyone to hide. As Pilaf informs Piccolo they're near the other Dragon Balls, Piccolo senses an ambush. Tien and Roshi, concealed behind rocks together, spot Piccolo's airship, acknowledging the added challenge of stealing from it. When Piccolo's group confirm their location right above the Dragon Balls, Piccolo, anticipating the group's plan, ingests his 2 Dragon Balls, ensuring they can't be taken unless he's slain. Witnessing this, Tien and Master Roshi conclude that they have no choice but to battle Piccolo. However, Roshi insists on facing the threat solo, claiming he drank from the Fountain of Youth, which gives him eternal life. Tien protests, but is silenced when Master Roshi immobilizes him with a spray. Admitting the Eternal Youth tale was a lie, Master Roshi expresses he's the only one who stands a chance against Piccolo. He states that should he fail, Tien would be the last line of defense against the Demon King. After communicating a revised plan to Chaozu, Master Roshi boldly reveals himself and challenges Piccolo. As Piccolo descends from the airship, admiring Roshi's courage, Roshi reveals the location of the buried Dragon Balls and says that Piccolo will have to kill him to get them. Piccolo seems intrigued by this brave elder, all while a fearful Chaozu and incapacitated Tien observe anxiously. Piccolo chuckles at the audacity of the elderly man daring to face him, to which Master Roshi responds that their paths have crossed before. Roshi mentions being present during Piccolo's confrontation with his mentor named Mutaito, causing visible fear in Piccolo's expression. Master Roshi then unveils an electric jar from a capsule, intensifying Piccolo's alarm. Recognizing the situation, Tien senses the impending move, while Master Roshi Roshi reminds Piccolo of the fateful technique that once sealed him away. Attempting to escape, Piccolo takes to the skies, but Master Roshi, with his arms raised, unleashes the evil containment wave. Enveloped by a mystical force, Piccolo is whirled around with the intention of sealing him in the electric jar. However, Master Roshi's aim falters, causing Piccolo to crash just shy of the jar, much to the surprise of him, Tien, and Chaozu. Fatigued, Roshi acknowledges his failure to defeat the Demon King, but remains confident in Piccolo's eventual downfall. Tragically, he then collapses, lifeless, as Piccolo cackles in victory. Somewhere distant, Goku senses an unsettling disturbance, though can't pinpoint its nature, leading Yajirobe to find his behavior peculiar. Triumphant, Piccolo revels in Master Roshi's death, with Pilaf and his crew celebrating aboard the ship. Convinced of his invincibility, especially since no one remains to wield the evil containment wave against him, Piccolo gloats and states he isn't afraid of anything anymore. With a simple gesture, he extracts the 5 Dragon Balls from the earth and regurgitates his own pair, uniting all 7. Eagerly anticipating the restoration of his youthful might, Piccolo prepares, while Tien awaits helplessly. With the Dragon Balls now beneath him, Piccolo summons Shenron, causing the skies to darken ominously. Recognizing the grave implications of a rejuvenated Piccolo, Tien watches anxiously as the Dragon Balls radiate intense light. Rising majestically, Shenron astounds everyone, including Piccolo. Using telepathy, Tien urgently instructs Chaozu to voice his wish before Piccolo can. Shenron tells the one before him to state their wish, and as Piccolo begins to articulate his request, Chaozu dashes forward, attempting to ask Shenron to destroy Piccolo as the Demon King snaps his gaze toward him in surprise. However, before Chaozu could finish his plea, a lethal blast from Piccolo sends him flying backward, killing him. Enraged yet powerless to react, Tien watches helplessly as Piccolo states he should be more careful as Roshi wasn't alone. Impatient, Shenron prompts Piccolo to make his wish, and without hesitation, the Demon King demands his youth to be restored. Acknowledging the simplicity of the request, Shenron commences the transformation, smoothing out Piccolo's aged features and granting him power beyond imagination. Elated, Piccolo feels the raw might of his newfound youth coursing within him, and observing the darkened skies from afar, Goku deduces that Shenron has been summoned, all while Korin Tower emerges on the horizon. Piccolo revels in his triumph, much to the delight of his villainous companions. Shenron decides to now take his leave, but Piccolo, defiant, unleashes a powerful blast from his mouth toward the mighty dragon. A tremendous explosion ensues, leading to Shenron's destruction and dissipation. As the Dragon Balls transform into lifeless stones, Piccolo exalts over Shenron's demise, confident that no one can challenge him. Witnessing the devastating turn of events, Tien is left in sheer disbelief before losing consciousness. Upon reaching Korin's sacred land, Goku, with the skies returning to their normal state, examines the Dragon Radar. With the Dragon Balls missing from the radar, Goku deduces that Shenron must have indeed been summoned by Piccolo. As they approach the base of the tower, Upa rushes out, overjoyed to see Goku. Upon seeing him, Upa calls out to his father. Yajirobe inquires about the feast he had been promised, to which Goku assures him it's on the way. As Bora emerges, he senses something amiss with Goku, then realizing he's been beaten up. Meanwhile, aboard the flying vessel, Piccolo declares his intent to reclaim the world and sets a course for the king's palace. Proclaiming himself as the new Demon King Piccolo, he laughs at the impending chaos he plans to unleash. An anxious Pilaf offers his congratulations, subtly reminding Piccolo of their prior agreement to divide the world. At Piccolo's command, the creature now known as Piano summons the duo Mai and Shu to the ship's main chamber. Piccolo then tells the Pilaf gang to get off the ship, as they serve no purpose to him anymore. A stunned Pilaf tries to reason with Piccolo, but the monster threatens to kill them if they don't leave. The trio of Pilaf, Mai, and Shu are then forcibly ejected from the vessel, and back at Korin's tower, Goku fills Bora in on the current predicament and expresses his desire to meet Korin to enhance his abilities. Given Goku's weakened state, he suggests Yajirobe to help him ascend to the tower. Initially reluctant, Yajirobe's interest is piqued upon hearing about the Sensu feast awaiting at the top. With Goku now on his back, Bora offers to help them start their climb, and meanwhile, in a distant desert, Pilaf and his crew, battered but alive, recover from their perilous fall. Bora lifts Yajirobe, with a frail Goku secured on his back, as Upa sends them off with good wishes. With a mighty throw, Bora sends them soaring through the clouds until Yajirobe manages to grip onto the tower, commencing their climb. Meanwhile, at King's Castle, Piccolo makes his appearance and informs his henchman Piano that he plans to claim it as his own. As they approach the main entrance, a guard challenges them, stating access is only for authorized personnel. Undeterred, Piccolo declares himself the king and incapacitates the guard with a swift strike. When another guard fires at him, Piccolo retaliates with a lethal eye beam. Using his telekinetic powers, Piccolo forces the gates open and both he and Piano head toward the castle, easily dispatching any guards that attempt to halt their progress. Back at Korin Tower, night has fallen and an irritated Yajirobe persists in his ascent with Goku. Inside King Castle, Piccolo and Piano leave a grim trail of defeated guards in their wake. A formidable guard confronts Piccolo, demanding he stop and surrender. However, Piccolo remains unimpressed. The guard lunges at Piccolo, only to have his punch effortlessly caught. Demonstrating his own strength, Piccolo delivers a powerful blow, sending the guard crashing into a wall. Demanding the location of the king, Piccolo turns aggressive, delivering a fatal blow to the guard when he doesn't get the answer he wants. The other guards attempt to flee, but Piccolo uses his speed to stop them and inquire about the king's whereabouts. One guard reveals that the king is in the West Tower pinnacle, but Piccolo notices the king attempting to flee in a small aircraft. Concurrently, as Yajirobe nears the summit of Korin's tower, he tries to alert a sleeping Goku, growing frustrated when he doesn't respond. Transitioning back to King Castle, Piccolo leaps on the escaping king's aircraft, surprising everyone inside. Piccolo forcefully shatters the protective glass bubble, confronting the king, a fancy dog dressed in a suit complete with glasses and a mustache. The king is startled and questions the intruder's identity, to which he reveals he's Piccolo, his new king. As a guard in the aircraft begins to shoot at him, Piccolo is annoyed and states they still haven't grasped his true identity. In a show of dominance, Piccolo seizes the guard and casually drops him from the aircraft, leading to the guard's death. The anxious king inquires about Piccolo's demands, and unwavering, Piccolo states his ambition to become the new king and wants the current king to publicly announce it to the world. The king hesitates, refusing to comply. In response, Piccolo powers up immensely and annihilates a vast section of the adjacent city. Threatened in seeing the magnitude of Piccolo's power and realizing Piccolo could destroy the earth if he wanted to, the king finally agrees. Atop Korin's tower, Goku and Yajirobe have reached their destination. Before Goku can relay his purpose for the visit, Korin interrupts, mentioning he's already aware of Demon King Piccolo's reign of terror. Intrigued, Goku wonders how Korin could possibly know, to which Korin replies he often watches the world below out of sheer boredom. Sharing his intention to train to defeat Piccolo, Goku is met with an immediate solution from Korin, a sensu bean. Yajirobe, disgruntled, believes the sensu to be the promised feast and hastily consumes a bunch. To his surprise, his belly grows immensely, prompting Goku to explain that a single bean is equivalent to 10 days of nourishment. Korin then questions Goku on if he's healed, and Goku is elated to find himself completely rejuvenated. Eager to commence training, Goku questions if he can start right away. However, Korin states that he has no further teachings to offer Goku. He grimly notes that it seems no one can defeat Piccolo, not even Master Roshi, who died fighting the monster. Distraught over Master Roshi's fate, Goku attempts to take off prematurely, but before he could do so, Korin interjects, suggesting that there might be one potential solution: the divine water. Goku inquires if the divine water can enhance his strength, but Korin clarifies it's not that simple. He explains that this water can reveal a person's hidden strength, making them more powerful than before. However, if you've already harnessed all your innate strength, the divine water won't further amplify it. Goku contemplates whether he still possesses untapped power, while Yajirobe suggests he should give it a try. However, Korin reveals a shocking revelation: the divine water can also be a terrible poison. If a person isn't strong both physically and mentally, the drink will kill them. Yajirobe expresses his reservations about the poisonous nature of the drink and inquires if anyone has ever survived its consumption. Korin then reveals that 14 individuals have tried the divine water, but none have lived to tell the tale. Shocked, Yajirobe dismisses the drink as nothing more than a lethal poison given its track record, but Goku is resolute in his decision to consume it. Yajirobe predicts a grim outcome for Goku, who retorts that he would likely be killed by Piccolo either way. Yajirobe remains skeptical, but Goku is driven by his desire to seek revenge for Krillin and Master Roshi. Without delay, Korin fetches the divine water and fills a cup. Before Goku can drink, Yajirobe, driven by curiosity, samples it and reacts violently, nearly choking. However, Goku remains determined, takes a moment to prepare himself, and gulps down the water. Immediately, he screams in agony and clutches his throat, prompting Yajirobe to urge him to throw up the water. However, Goku defiantly declares he won't give up. Elsewhere, amidst the rocky terrain under the moonlight, Tien is diligently practicing the evil containment wave, but struggles to aim it it into the electric jar. Motivated by the sacrifices of Master Roshi and Chaozu, he refuses to give up. As dawn breaks over Korin Tower, Yajirobe notes that Goku has been struggling for 6 hours. Just then, Goku's Great Ape vitality emerges, and Korin, sensing a shift, feels Goku's latent power awakening as he wakes up. The day also greets Tien with success, as he finally captures the magic essence within the electric jar. Yajirobe, witnessing Goku's resilience, is in awe of his remarkable fortitude. Korin commends Goku's endurance, and an exhilarated Goku can't contain his excitement over his newfound strength, exclaiming he can feel the power flowing within him. In the aircraft, Tien soars through the sky and radios Kame House. Yamcha picks up, and Tien informs them of their failure to collect the Dragon Balls. He explains that Piccolo intervened, seized the balls, called Shenron, and regained his youth. He also explains that both Master Roshi and Chaozu tried to thwart Piccolo's plans, but died in the process. This news profoundly shocks everyone, and Tien adds that with Piccolo's enhanced power, the world will soon move into chaos. Determined, Tien declares he's going after Piccolo and directs the others to pick up the corpses of Master Roshi and Chaozu. Yamcha urgently pleads with Tien to reconsider and return, but Tien reveals he can use the evil containment wave. Realizing Tien's willingness to risk his life, Yamcha protests. However, Tien clarifies he's not solely acting for the world's sake and mourns the death of the martial artists. Bulma urges Tien to instead pursue the Dragon Balls, and suddenly, Oolong points out a broadcast on TV. The king, visibly distressed, announces his resignation, naming Demon King Piccolo as his successor. However, in a desperate plea, he beckons a hero to challenge this tyrant. The screen shifts to Piccolo, who menacingly holds the king by his throat. Piccolo then addresses the global audience, asserting his reign, and Tien, tuning in from his aircraft, discerns Piccolo's location at King's Castle and heads there. During his speech, Piccolo condemns virtues like justice and peace. He announces an era where chaos reigns, the repeal of the police force, and encouragement of war, theft, and violence. Those seeking justice will face elimination, while malevolence thrives. While Yamcha seethes with anger, Launch, in her aggressive form, says that Piccolo might not be that bad. At Korin Tower, Goku, filled with newfound strength, marvels at his power. Korin privately acknowledges Goku's immense potential, and yet Goku's mood shifts as he senses an ominous energy, identifying it as Demon King Piccolo. Determined to confront him, Goku prepares to leave, and Korin offers his support, summoning the Flying Nimbus, which surprises Goku. A massive cloud approaches, and Goku inquires if it's the same one Master Roshi had given him. Korin confirms he was the original source, and Goku, ecstatic, leaps onto the vast cloud. Witnessing this, Yajirobe expresses shock. Goku then breaks off a small part of the cloud for his use and invites Yajirobe to join him, although he declines. Goku expresses his gratitude to both Yajirobe and Korin and takes off. Yajirobe then asking if he can have a flying Nimbus. Korin, however, tells Yajirobe he wouldn't be able to ride it, then thinks to himself if Goku will actually stand a chance against Piccolo. Elsewhere, Piccolo, still speaking on television, encourages the world to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. He then announces that there are 43 districts worldwide, and Piano presents him with a small box. Since the day is May 9th, the day marking his ascent to power, he declares it as Piccolo Day. Every year to commemorate this day, Piccolo states he'll conduct a lottery, drawing a number from the box. He says that whichever district he picks corresponding to the drawn number will be destroyed on the spot simply for his pleasure of witnessing human despair. However, for those impatient enough not to wait 43 years for potential doom, Piccolo jokingly emphasizes they can visit King Castle anytime to face punishment. Tien continues to monitor these events, growing more eager to use the evil containment wave. As Piccolo delves into the box for today's unlucky number, even residents of Jingle Village, including Snow and her family, are glued to their screens. The drawn number reveals the target as District 29, West City. Alarmed since her parents reside there, Bulma radios Tien, urging him to use the evil containment wave, promising they'll resurrect him with the Dragon Balls if need be. Tien replies, saying he'll do what's needed. He's set on using the evil containment wave, but warns Bulma that the Dragon Balls are gone. Undeterred, Bulma says they'll regain functionality in a year. However, Tien reveals that Piccolo has slain Shenron and the Dragon Balls are no more. As their conversation continues, Tien nears King Castle, and Yamcha, despite his injury, insists on taking action. Spotting Piccolo and Piano preparing to board an aircraft from a tower, Tien reverses course and challenges Piccolo. Noting Tien's presence, Piccolo remarks on yet another idiot with a death wish. Meanwhile, Goku speeds toward the unfolding drama drama atop his new flying Nimbus. Piccolo and Piano descend to confront Tien, and as the warrior prepares for the showdown, he notices the electric jar meant for trapping Piccolo is cracked, likely while he was training. Being goaded further by Piccolo to hurry up and meet his end, Tien decides against using the compromised vessel and opts for a direct confrontation. Descending, he catches Piccolo's attention, who observes Tien's an expert martial artist. Tien expresses confidence in his victory, to which Piccolo retorts he has a problem with respect. Then, wanting to avoid dirtying his hands, Piccolo chooses to produce a new minion. He regurgitates an egg, spitting it onto the ground and unsettling Tien. From the egg emerges a large, ogre-like demon, whom Piccolo introduces as Drum, and undeterred, Tien believes he can defeat both adversaries. Drum readies himself to face Tien as Goku approaches King Castle. Tien lunges at Drum, attempting a strike, but Drum evades and counters with a punch. Tien manages to catch Drum's fist and retaliates with several kicks. However, Drum dodges and lands a punch on Tien's face, pushing him back. Not letting up, Drum delivers 2 swift kicks and then elbows Tien, sending him flying back. Tien quickly regains his footing and retaliates with a forceful headbutt, amusing Piccolo. Equally amused, Drum chuckles at Tien's tenacity, while Tien is taken aback by Drum's surprising strength and agility, especially considering he is merely a henchman of Piccolo's. Seizing an opportunity, Drum swiftly gets behind Tien and delivers a powerful blow to his back. As Tien falls to the ground in pain, Piccolo instructs Drum to finish him off, aiming for the heart. As Drum looms over Tien, preparing for the final strike, he's suddenly and violently knocked away, surprising Piccolo. Standing in front of everyone is Goku, much to Tien's relief. However, Piccolo isn't pleased by this new arrival. Observing the change in Piccolo's appearance, Goku remarks on it. Piccolo then retorts that he's regained his youth, and with it, a significant boost in power. Tien urgently tells Goku to flee, but Goku remains unfazed. Piccolo, growing impatient, states that Goku will be dead before he knows what's going on, and without warning, Drum springs at Goku, but the warrior promptly reacts, leaping and delivering a devastating kick to Drum's head, crushing it as both Tien and Piccolo are left in disbelief. Drum falls to the ground, and Tien wonders what's happened to Goku. Piccolo can't believe he dares defy him again, and Goku insists he'll kill him this time. Meanwhile, 2 planes depart from Kame House. One has Oolong, Puar, and the Turtle as they're off to collect Master Roshi and Chaozu's dead bodies. The other has Yamcha, Bulma, and Launch as they're going to help Tien. Launch is fired up to help out, and Yamcha is actually relieved to see her like this for once. However, she sneezes and changes back to her good self, much to the group's surprise. Piccolo tells Goku that he's powered up since their last encounter, and Goku says he has as well. Piccolo wants to end things quickly so he can visit West City and holds up 5 fingers, telling Goku that he'll be finished with him in 5 seconds. Piccolo charges at Goku to deliver a blow, but Goku easily blocks it, much to everyone's surprise. Piccolo throws a punch at Goku, but Goku easily catches it with his much smaller hand. Goku then surprisingly throws Piccolo by his fist into part of the castle, shattering it. Piccolo gets up from the rubble, visibly irritated, and Goku tells him 5 seconds are already up, angering the Demon King as he jumps into the air and dives down toward Goku, firing a ki blast at him. Goku jumps over it, and Piccolo fires another blast at Goku, similar to their first encounter. Goku crosses his arms to shield himself and is merely thrown back a bit by the blast. Goku latches onto a pole protruding from one of the castle's buildings and swings off of it back down to the ground. Goku faces Piccolo, who wonders how the kid was able to counter his attack so gracefully. Tien can't believe what he's seeing, and Piccolo's visibly enraged. Goku braces himself for his next attack, and Piccolo shouts at him, claiming he'll end him here. Goku then tells Piccolo that he killed his friends and that he'll never forgive him. The 2 lock eyes, while Piano and Tien look on. Suddenly, Goku zips into the air and lands a massive punch to Piccolo's face, sending him crashing into Piano, who seems to have died during the impact. Tien reflects that Goku moves so swiftly he couldn't even see, and ponders this as Goku stands tall. Brushing himself off, an even more enraged Piccolo rises. He lunges at Goku once more, attempting to hit him, but Goku evades and trips Piccolo over. As Piccolo recovers, Goku charges, only for Piccolo to land a kick on his midsection. However, Goku rebounds from the ground, retaliating with a forceful kick to Piccolo's torso. Goku dashes at Piccolo, striking him relentlessly in the belly, followed by a kick to the face, pushing Piccolo back slightly. Tien is in awe, and with a smirk, Piccolo concedes that Goku is the first to genuinely piss him off. Goku challenges Piccolo to unleash his full strength, surprising Tien as the monster apparently wasn't isn't going all out. Intrigued, Piccolo remarks he doesn't typically use his maximum power as it reduces his lifespan, but he'll make an exception this time. As Piccolo powers up, Tien is astounded by his overwhelming ki. Goku remains unfazed, and Piccolo believes he's reached a sufficient level. Goku then mentions he can also give it his all, leaving Piccolo skeptical that Goku hasn't already. As Piccolo gestures, Goku withstands the resulting shockwave created by his hand, acknowledging his strength. In a burst of energy, Piccolo lunges at Goku, attempting a devastating strike. Yet, Goku effortlessly leaps over the attack, positioning himself behind Piccolo. Without missing a beat, Piccolo whirls around to deliver a powerful blow to Goku's back, sending him crashing to the ground and forming a massive crater. Revealing his seeming triumph, Piccolo laughs while Tien fears it might be the end. However, from the depths of the crater, a voice echoes, drawing the attention of both Tien and Piccolo. As the chant continues, Goku launches from the crater and unleashes a Kamehameha at Piccolo. Bracing to counter the blast, Piccolo is taken by surprise when Goku suddenly redirects it. The energy beam curves around, slamming into the back of Piccolo's head, much to his surprise. Tien watches in awe, hardly able to believe Goku just manipulated a Kamehameha's trajectory. Shouting at Piccolo to rise to his feet, Goku is met with a grumbled remark about him being a monster. Goku, however, retorts, saying they're both cut from the same cloth, and that this battle won't end until one of them dies. Springing into action, Goku lunges with a kick, only for Piccolo to deflect it and counter with a knee strike. Another attempt from Goku hits Piccolo in the face, but the monster retaliates with a punch of his own. As Piccolo pursues, Goku uses the ground to redirect his momentum in a sharp turn. Piccolo matches his movements, but Goku quickly touches down and retaliates with a kick to Piccolo's chest. Amidst their fierce exchange, Tien feels utterly out of their league. Piccolo lands a kick on Goku, who counters by delivering a punch to Piccolo's stomach. In retaliation, Piccolo strikes Goku's head with his elbow. In a flurry of motion, Goku executes a mid-air roundhouse kick, followed up by a few other attacks, and sends Piccolo flying with a final kick, much to Tien's satisfaction. Inside a castle building, the king and his two guards are alerted by the commotion outside. One guard notes that Piccolo isn't in West City, and peering out, the king wonders about the identities of the other two fighters. With precision, Piccolo releases beams from his eyes, one striking Goku's right knee directly. Mockingly, Piccolo claims that Goku stands no chance on a single leg. Undeterred though, Goku says that one leg is good enough to defeat him. As Piccolo lunges, Goku unleashes his power pole, extending it to elevate himself, then swiftly ascends to knee Piccolo from his left side. Inside the castle, a guard suggests they leave the fate of the world to these young fighters, and although initially hesitant, the king agrees. Frustrated by the unfamiliar power pole, Piccolo looks on while a small aircraft heads toward King Castle. Yamcha estimates their arrival in 10 minutes, expressing his hope for Tien's survival. Bulma notes the safety of West City and assumes Tien must still be fighting. A news broadcast on the aircraft's TV then reports Piccolo's presence at King Castle, being confronted by two individuals. Displaying a distant shot due to the danger, the broadcaster suggests one looks like a young man, possibly a child. Bulma speculates if the child might be Goku, but Yamcha initially disputes this, believing that Goku is dead. However, Bulma brings up fortune teller Baba's words in the past, as she stated Goku would save the world someday. Realization dawns on Yamcha, and excitement surges through them as they near the battlefield. Meanwhile, an infuriated Piccolo says he'll never forgive Goku and begins powering up for a major attack. He unleashes a blast from a single finger, and although it misses its target, another from his other hand disarms Goku of his power pole. Declaring victory now that the weapon is gone, Piccolo extends his arm and releases a colossal blast, resulting in an enormous explosion. The aftermath of the explosion is evident, and Yamcha is concerned as their plane's TV goes dark. Bulma identifies the looming mushroom cloud in the distance, originating from the King Castle. Having narrowly escaped, the king and his guards are airborne in a small aircraft, mourning the devastation of the town and the castle. In the midst of the resulting desolation, Piccolo boasts about his triumph. However, he's soon alarmed, sensing a familiar energy presence. Looking skyward, Piccolo identifies Tien floating with Goku in his grasp and becomes irate at the presence of another person that can fly. As Tien descends, Goku expresses his gratitude. However, Tien is exhausted and Goku inquires about his well-being. Piccolo surmises that Tien must have expended his remaining energy while flying, and considering Goku's wounded leg, he's confident in his impending victory. Goku states Piccolo's energy is too low to pose much of a threat, but gathering energy, Piccolo warns against underestimating the demonic power within him. However, this is exactly exactly what Goku wanted, as Piccolo left himself wide open. He lunges at Piccolo, landing a solid blow to his stomach. The effect is evident, but Piccolo remains undeterred, as Goku acknowledges the diminished strength from his injury. Piccolo then retaliates with a colossal blast once more, forcing Goku to brace for the impact as he's hit head-on. A massive detonation ensues, leaving Tien incapacitated. As the dust settles, a vast crater appears at Goku's last known location, leading Piccolo to assume his triumph once again. However, Goku's voice calls out to the flying Nimbus, and the cloud swiftly dives into the crater, emerging with Goku clinging onto it. In disbelief, Piccolo watches on as Goku recovers and taunts him about his decreasing power. Rejecting the notion that he, Demon King Piccolo, could be challenged by a mere mortal, Goku retorts that his tail suggests he's not entirely human. Acknowledging his own depleted energy, Goku proposes a final battle to the end, but unwilling to engage on those terms, Piccolo menacingly seizes Tien, threatening to crush his skull should Goku make a move. Tien bravely tells Goku to focus on defeating Piccolo and not to concern himself with his safety, but Piccolo, having heard enough from the warrior, tightens his grip on Tien's skull. Desperate to prevent harm to his friend, Goku shouts for Piccolo to stop, saying he'll comply with his demands. As a precaution, Piccolo picks up a stone and hurls it at Goku, rendering his left arm useless. Mockingly, Piccolo points out that humanity's downfall is its emotion and states that someone like Goku could never defeat evil. Although momentarily hesitant, Goku realizes that Piccolo will just kill them anyway and tells Tien to forgive him as he prepares to fight. Shocked, Piccolo questions if Goku would actually sacrifice Tien, and Goku remains optimistic, asserting he'll revive him with the Dragon Balls. Amused, Piccolo reveals that he's eliminated Shenron, leaving Goku in disbelief and distraught. Seizing the moment, Piccolo sends another stone speeding toward Goku, incapacitating his left leg and causing him to collapse. Mocking Goku's defenseless state, Piccolo deems Tien unnecessary, casting him aside. He decides he'll deal with him later, but first he has a score to settle with Goku. Gloating once more over Goku's seeming inability to defend himself, Piccolo believes his victory is imminent. He soars high, ready to finish off the one obstacle preventing him from plunging the world into darkness. As Piccolo descends rapidly toward Goku, Goku calls him out, highlighting his one functional arm. Channeling his energy into said arm, Goku aims it downwards and releases a powerful Kamehameha, propelling himself skyward towards the oncoming Piccolo. With everything at stake, Goku readies his fist while Piccolo gears up to counter with a block. Goku rockets towards Piccolo, and in an unexpected twist, his fist punches right through the demon, leaving a gaping hole. As Goku descends, emotional over finally avenging Krillin and the others, Piccolo reflects on his impending doom, but acknowledges Goku's ability to overcome him. In a final act to ensure the survival of the Demon Clan, Piccolo regurgitates an egg and shoots it far into the distance. With his last breath, he instructs the being within to avenge him, and a massive explosion emanates from Piccolo, propelling Goku downward. Tien fears for Goku's impending crash, but to everyone's surprise, Yajirobe swoops in to the rescue. In the distance, Yamcha, limping due to his injury, along with the others, take cover behind a destroyed wall. Puzzled by the earlier explosion, Yamcha seeks answers. Bulma, gripping a firearm, wonders if they should assist, to which Yamcha firmly believes they should stand by their friends. After a brief discussion, Yajirobe offers a ride to heal their wounds, but Tien opts for Yajirobe to just take Goku, as he wishes to inform those at Kame House of the unfolding events. As they depart, Goku inquires about the fate of Master Roshi, to which Tien confirms that he and Chaozu are dead. The news about Shenron is equally grim, and Goku falls silent. Eager to move forward, Tien expresses his intent to train for the next Tenkaichi Budokai and challenges Goku to do the same. As Yajirobe drives away a now sleeping Goku, Tien contemplates Goku's remarkable fighting spirit. He then discovers the discarded power pole, realizing an exhausted Goku overlooked it. Upon Yamcha and the group's arrival, they're briefed about Piccolo's downfall, and later, inside their plane, Bulma gets in touch with the TV station, announcing the world's safety and attributing the victory to the Earth's defenders. With Demon King Piccolo now destroyed, the people on on Earth begin to celebrate. However, despite this apparent moment of triumph, the narrative hints at a short-lived peace. The earlier egg, now cracked open, reveals a miniature version of Demon King Piccolo, vowing revenge against his father's adversary and displaying an intense hatred of peace. The Demon King Piccolo arc is one of my favorite in Dragon Ball. This storyline masterfully dives deep into the series' roots, intertwining martial arts and mystical elements while pushing our beloved characters to their limits. It introduces Demon King Piccolo as a formidable antagonist whose sheer power and evil intentions drastically raise the stakes. The saga not only provides thrilling battles, but also adds layers of emotional depth as we witness the sacrifices of key characters and Goku's unremarkable spirit to protect his loved ones and the world. But what lies in store for our heroes? How will Krillin and the others be revived? Find out when we cover the next arc, the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. But what do you guys think of this arc? Let me know down in the comments below. I also want to take a moment to thank all of our channel's members. It really means a lot that you guys are willing to stick around for the content. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.